getting started here shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the show. This is the Recruiting Live Show. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. We're going to do dual duty tonight. So I've got Instagram right here. I see Blake Mackey. That's a former Colorado Buffalo there. Hopefully all is well, man, with you and your family. And then I've got my YouTube family right here, the ones that hold us down every single Tuesday in the Recruiting Live Show. Once again, I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. We come here every single Tuesday, Instagram, to talk college football recruiting. We want to talk the tips, the strategies, the tactics that are going to help you young football players get closer to the bag. And a lot of times, you guys, we think that it is the best that get the scholarship offer. We think it's the best Instagram that get the PWO, the preferred walk-on opportunity. And it's not always the best, you guys. I played at the University of Colorado. Believe me, there were some people there that necessarily didn't deserve to be there, but they knew how the game worked. They knew how the recruiting process worked, and they're the ones who got the opportunity. So that's why we come in here every single Tuesday, you guys, to give you guys what you need to know. Also, there's a lot going on in the industry. There's a lot going on in Instagram, in the college football world, in the industry, and you guys got to be aware of it, because if you're aware of it, you can make the better move. You can make the faster move. You can make the right move. All right. So let's get into it tonight, you guys. Once again, now, if you're on Instagram and you want to see the slides, you want to see some of the information that's on the screen behind you on YouTube, then make sure that you go to the link in our bio, hit the College Football Recruiting Live Show link, and then you guys can come on Instagram. So if you want to watch it recorded, if you want to watch it live, you got to go to the link in our bio. Nick, too, I see you, baby. Hopefully all is well. Coach Wood, we're talking some college football recruiting. So right here, if you guys are with us on YouTube, you guys can see the slides. That is me right there, actually with my father-in-law holding the Before You Go Pro book. That is a book that all of you guys need to read, or you guys need to listen to. It's also in audiobook format. On the right, you see some young athletes that I was with. We went to the game, Cal Berkeley, watched the Bears play. So very much, you guys, a practitioner of what we'll be talking about tonight. Very much so a practitioner, not somebody just bringing you ideas, not somebody just bringing you what they think or an opinion. K-Ron Stokes, I see you, baby, longtime friend right there on Instagram. Not just bringing you guys coach speak. I'm bringing you guys tactics, strategies, education, information that you'll be able to utilize, and that should be vital to some of you guys. In some cases, this information that will be shared tonight, you guys, could provide a six-figure scholarship. So nothing to be taken lightly. I see somebody coming in the comment section. That is the great Chris Hornberger, one of our family parents, one of our parents of a Before You Go Pro athlete. Great to have you tonight, Chris, live. So let's get into it, you guys. Once again, I am somebody that has been around the block a little bit. Now, Coach Woods is not going to tell you how old I am, but been around the block. You see me right there playing for the University of Colorado versus Oregon. I've been fortunate enough, Instagram family, to play in Canada, to play in the Arena Football League. And then for those on YouTube, you see the gentleman, the handsome gentleman holding the Hall of Fame bust. That is my grandfather. So this is a family business for me, this football thing. And I've been around it since I was in the crib, seen a lot of great players, helped a lot of great players, and we want to help you guys tonight. So if you're on Instagram, you're watching this, I see Stokes, I see J1. We're talking college football recruiting. I'm Coach Wood. You guys can see the slides that are on YouTube behind you if you go to the college football recruiting link in the bio. So these are some of the athletes that we've worked with, you guys. Kids that are playing this weekend, kids that are playing in playoff games, kids that are playing, in bowl games coming up. So we've helped a lot of athletes. We do have information tonight that we've shared with them to help them get where they are. And tonight, Instagram, we're going to share it with you. I am G Money. I see you, baby. We're talking college football recruiting tonight. So, you guys, who is this for? Who is this for? Every single Tuesday, we come into YouTube and we bring the sauce. We bring the education. This information is intended specifically for student athletes that want to go play college football player. Very, very specific. I'm a student athlete in high school or junior college, maybe prep school. I want to go play some college football. That's who this is intended for, you guys. Now, what I want you guys to realize, and this is what some of us don't realize until we get deep into the game, Instagram, what some of us don't realize, YouTube, until we get a little further down the rabbit hole, is that it's a journey. This thing is a journey. This is a very competitive industry. Very few people have a red carpet experience, a rose petal experience their whole journey through football. There's injuries, there's politics, there's a lot that goes on. So very few people have a red carpet experience their entire, unless you're Reggie Bush. Very few people, and we all know what happened to him. He got his Heisman taken. So very few people, you guys, have a very just straightforward, easy trip through this journey. So we want to be around for the whole thing. That's what we do it before you go pro. We don't just help athletes get to the bag, get to the scholarship offer, and then it's off. You set sail by yourself and you don't have any support. We don't want to do that. So we make sure that our athletes have support throughout the whole journey. Instagram, you can't see the slides that are behind you on YouTube, but if you want to, click the link in our bio. You guys can check out the slides on the college football recruiting show. So this is Elijah Cooks. And some of you guys know Elijah. Some of you guys may have seen him play, but he's a before you go pro athlete. No offers, you guys, initially coming out of high school. 6'4" wide receiver. Actually, he played quarterback. He played tight end. He played every position. No Division I offers when we met Elijah. And right away, we knew he was a steal. Right away, we knew he was what he is today. And as you see on the screen right now, he's playing in the NFL. He's playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Actually didn't play last night. I think he was inactive, but I did see him on the sideline. At one point in time, this young man didn't have any offers, didn't know where he was going, and was about to commit to a Division II school, a Division II school that doesn't even exist anymore. But we were able to get him one offer. And a lot of times, Instagram, that's all it takes is one offer for you to get to the level where he's at, or to at least live your dreams on the level that you want. So at the end of the day, you guys, it's not just about knowing what to do. It's also about who you know, right? So here's a perfect example of Coach Alonzo Carter. He may see this on Instagram. Coach Carter, what's going on? He's at San Jose State, you guys. Great coach. He's been there for probably about 5 years now, and he's a dear friend of the Before You Go Pro program. And we know exactly what Coach Carter is looking for in his college prospects, in his San Jose State prospects, academically, athletically, and also, which is a big one nowadays, you guys, socially. So right here, you guys see Coach Carter. He's talking to some of our student athletes. For years, we've taken student athletes, got their boots on campus at Division I universities, and San Jose State was one of the schools we went to. And right here, you see him. He's not looking too happy because somebody didn't know their core course GPA. So if you're listening to this on Instagram, live or recorded, if you're listening to this on YouTube, live or recorded, there's things that coaches may ask you that if you don't know the answer to it, is going to turn them off. It's going to raise their antennas. They may wonder how bad you really want it if you don't know the answer to some of the questions they may ask you. So that's why we're having the college football recruiting live show, is so that you guys are prepared, right? So you guys do know the questions that that these coaches are going to ask you right here. Coach Cormier, this is another dear friend of Before You Go Pro, Division I coach. He's on the road recruiting right now, you guys. A couple weeks ago, I asked Coach Cormier, what positions are the positions of need, Coach? Instagram. He said wide receiver. He said tight end. He said offensive lineman. He said linebacker and D-line. So I'm going to say that again, because right now, you guys that are maybe Division I prospects, and you don't have a home yet, and you play one of these positions, this might be somebody that you want to reach out to. You guys got a little bit of information that somebody might not know because you guys tuned into the show tonight. All right. So right now, I'm telling you, a Division I program as we speak is looking for talent. And this is the talent they're looking for. They're looking for wide receiver. They're looking for tight end. They're looking for offensive linemen. They're looking for linebackers, and they're looking for D linemen. Now, we've got a little bit more pull with this school because I know this coach personally. You can reach out to him cold, but if you know somebody personally, and I call it leverage, we're going to get into that here in a second, then you've got a chance to move the ball faster, right? So this is Coach Cormier. Once again, this is what he's looking for. Now, why is the college football recruiting live show so important? Why is the timing of the content that you're listening to right now, YouTube, the timing of this content? Elijah, I see you, baby. We're talking some college football recruiting. So if you're a young superstar, you need to pay attention to this. Why is the timing of this so important, you guys? The timing is important, you guys, because National Signing Day is coming up. National Signing Day is coming up. So that means this is the first time that the class of 2024 can put pen to paper and they can make it official. If you guys see an athlete right now talking about a school and he says, I'm going to Ohio State, you see an athlete right now and he's wearing the Alabama tied Crimson Tide towel while he's playing in a playoff game and he's saying he's going to Alabama. He may be committed to Alabama. But nothing is official in the football industry, you guys. I don't care if it's pro football, college football. Nothing is official in this industry until it's signed on the dotted line, okay? And the first time that athletes can make things official is December 20th, 2023 through December 22nd. So a 3-day window where it's about to get official. So there's a huge push right now, you guys, on YouTube, Instagram, huge push, you athletes right now, for these coaching staffs to find out who they're going to offer, to find out who they're going to sign. All right. So we're going to talk about that. I see some people coming in the comment section. We've got the great Coach Foss. This is an amazing coach. He's with Before You Go Pro. He's got 2 sons that are currently playing college football, you guys. He's been through the process personally, but now he's on our team and he's helping athletes go through the process, you guys. So he's saying right here, you guys, make sure you like and subscribe so you guys can get all of the reminders of the content so you guys can be ahead of the rest. I see Rachel. How's it going? She says, go Niners. She's a Niners fan. And then Ramel, East Coast superstar cornerback athlete out of New York. He's saying, what's up, coach? What's up, superstar? We're getting after it, baby. And you need to be paying attention to this because you're class of 2024. I see you on Instagram. Hey, what's going on, baby? We're talking college football recruiting. So let's get back to this, okay? Class of 2024. If you know where you're going and they've already offered you and you want to make it official, then you've got 3 weeks, baby. 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, you can make it official. You can shut down your recruiting process, and then you know where you're going. All right. But there's a lot of guys that don't know where you're going. Ramil doesn't know where he's going yet, and we're helping him out. But this is good information for him to have so he can stay patient and calm. I want you to stay patient and calm. All right. So if you don't sign during December, that is okay. It's 3 weeks away, and some of you guys are getting a little impatient because you're thinking you have to sign during December. And I'm going to show you that you don't have to, okay? And a lot of you guys, or maybe even parents, are just wondering, hey, what's going on? I'm seeing a lot. Instagram, I'm seeing a lot in the college football industry. I'm seeing things going on in the transfer portal. I'm seeing things going on with coaching changes. A lot of you guys are just wondering what's going on. And that's why it's big for you guys to tap in every single Tuesday to the Recruiting Live Show too, because we want to make sure that you know the game. If you're on Instagram watching this, there's slides on YouTube behind you. Go to the College Football Recruiting Live Show link in our bio. You guys can see the slides behind you, okay? We're talking college football recruiting. So we want you guys to know the game. Know the game. You don't have to be the best at the game. You don't have to know every single thing about the college football recruiting process. You just need to know what pertains to you so that you can get your little piece of the pie. You don't have to worry about everybody else on your team. You pray for them, you wish them well, but you need your little piece of the pie. Okay, so that's what we're talking about tonight, and that's what we're about to help you guys get to. So if you know the game, you guys can maneuver better than everybody else. There's a lot of players, you guys, that aren't better than you, Instagram, but they're going to get to that scholarship offer. They're going to get to that PWO too. They're going to get to it faster than you. And numbers run out. This isn't everlasting scholarship numbers. This isn't everlasting preferred walk-on opportunities. Numbers run out. But we're going to teach you how to get to it before them. So right here, you guys have heard this saying a lot of times, and it says, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready, right? If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. So we want to make sure that you guys are ready for what's coming your way. There's a recruiter coming through you, maybe tomorrow. We got calls from kids today that said, hey, that great Alex Sutton, hopefully Alex is watching this amazing tight end out of the Central Coast of California Instagram. He texted me today. He said, UC Davis is coming to see him tomorrow. Okay. Now, he knows they're coming to see him. You may not know. A school may just pop up. I was in high school. Hawaii just popped up. Okay, so we want to make sure that you guys are ready for that. And if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay, so what's staying ready? What's staying ready? Staying ready is knowing your industry. It's knowing your industry, Instagram. That's what staying ready is. It's knowing the facts about your industry. It's knowing the timing behind your industry. Right here, Instagram, you can't see this, but YouTube, right here, what do we have on the screen? We've got a florist. We've got a florist on the screen, right? This is a lady who sells flowers. She sells flowers for a living. So if you sell flowers for a living, you got to be good at what you do. If you play football for a living, you better be good at what you do, right? You better know the ins and outs of it. If you want a college football scholarship, you better be good at what you do. You better know the ins and outs of your industry. Well, what's a florist going to know? This woman right here is going to know the times when she needs to order more flowers, right? She's going to need to know the times where maybe she needs to raise her prices because she's not selling as many flowers, you know. So obviously a Mother's Day is going to be big for her. She's probably going to know some of the top wedding venues in her area. She's probably going to know some of the top wedding planners in her area. Why? Because they order flowers. So this woman can make a living. You see on the screen right now, this woman can make a living selling flowers when others can't because she knows her industry in and out. And that's what the Recruiting Live Show is about teaching you guys the industry in and out so you guys don't look like this kid on the screen who's down and out. Some of you guys, there are athletes around the country, Instagram. What's going on, CJ Toupee? I see you, baby. We're talking college football recruiting. I'm the host, Coach Wood. Some of the athletes across the country, YouTube, that have great talent, great grades, come from a great family, are not going to play college football. They're either going to hang it up right out of high school, or maybe they're going to go to a school, a junior college or prep school and get lost. And they should have went straight to a university, maybe even with scholarship money right out of high school. They just got to the bag late. They just didn't know the process. They didn't know the steps. They had the talent, they had the grades, they came from a great family, no social issues. They didn't get to the bag. Okay, they didn't get to the money. And we don't want that to be you guys. So if you know your industry, then chances are you're going to know all the timelines. You're going to know what you need to do and have in place. You're going to be ready for the call, right? You're going to be ready for the call. So here's another perfect example. Sometimes I like to bring business examples to you guys so it illustrates what I'm talking about, so it makes more sense to you. On the left, you guys see Blockbuster. Now, if you're an old head, if you're old school like me, maybe some of the parents watching this, you know what Blockbuster is. Instagram, some of you guys are probably going to know what Blockbuster is. Big Dave, I see you, baby. Hey, this is a dear friend. He's on Instagram of the program. An amazing father and his boys. You guys know his boys. That's Mateo and that's Big DJ, quarterback, who just left Oregon State. And we love you, Big Dave, and your boys are doing amazing, and that's because of you and your wife. Keep up the great work. Wishing the best for you and your boys. But hey, right there, Big Dave tapping in before you go pro, because he knows all about the recruiting process. He knows about this process on a whole nother level than most of us. And he knows that you better be educated. He knows you better have support. He knows that if you know what you're doing, this is the best time ever to be a college student athlete. So Big Dave, thank you for tapping in with us. We're talking college football recruiting, and you know we'll be talking soon. So you guys, now that we're talking about what you need to have in place, I want to show you another industry example, a business example right here of someone not knowing their industry. Blockbuster used to be at the top of the game. And this also shows you how if you don't know your industry, if you don't stay up on it, if you don't stay up on the trends and how it's moving, you could be at the top one day, you can be at the bottom or out of business another day. All right. So right here, you got Blockbuster. Blockbuster is no longer in business. That used to be where all the old people used to go, you young kids out there, Instagram, you young kids out there. Blockbuster used to be where everybody used to go to move. You would see Blockbuster packed YouTube on Friday and Saturday evening because everybody was trying to rent a movie. Well, guess what? The business of movies, watching movies in your home changed. And Blockbuster didn't stay up with the times. They didn't see the trends. This is important because I'm going to talk to you guys about a very important trend. Blockbuster didn't see the trend, you guys. And at one time, they could have purchased Netflix for like $5 million. But they didn't purchase Netflix because they didn't think streaming movies was going to be a thing. They didn't think it was ever going to catch on. And guess what? Now Blockbuster is out of business and Netflix is thriving. Netflix is probably worth $1 billion. And Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for pennies on the dollar. But they didn't see the trend. They didn't know what was coming. And for a lot of you guys, it may be the same thing. If you don't know how recruiting works, you may get left behind. You may be out of business. You may not have a team to play for. Instagram. All right. So right now, the coaches are on the road. Coaches are on the road. And what's the biggest thing that these coaches are going to be focused on? I want you guys to know right now what college coaches are focused on. I would say if we took a guesstimate, this is how it would break down. And Instagram, I'm going to leave you guys now. I want to give you a little teaser, but if you do want more information, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this recorded, go to the link in our bio. You guys can watch the remainder of the college football recruiting live show. But we're giving you guys the tips and strategies to get to the next level. So click on the link in our bio. You guys can watch this on YouTube. All right, you guys. So had to get done with Instagram. This is how it breaks down, you guys. Right here. If I'm a college, this is what I think it's going to break down to as far as the focus of a college football recruiting staff right now. Now, I'm talking mainly Division I. Okay. It might not be as heavy Division II, Division III, NAI. Mainly Division I. This is where most of their time, their bandwidth on be as a coaching staff. If they're a school that's still playing, you guys can figure. Now, it may be a school that is about to play in the playoffs, like Washington, like Alabama, like Texas. It may be a school that's playing a bowl game. It may be a school that is in a lower division like FCS, D2, and they're still in the playoffs. But 60 to 80% of their time, you guys, if they're still playing, about 60 to 80% of their time is going to be focused on recruiting right now, as we speak. As we speak. So if you're watching the recording of this, we're talking first week of December right now. So as we speak, I would say if a college team is still currently playing, they are in the playoffs, they are going to a bowl game, 60 to 80% of that coaching staff's time is going to be thought of recruiting. They're going to be reaching out to kids. They may be traveling to see them. They're going to be trying to get kids to commit. They may be doing official and unofficial visits. Now, if their season is over, you guys, once again, this is real time. If their season is, and this is knowing your business. Why are we bringing this up, Coach? Because I want you to know your business, and I want you to know your business better than the DB that wants the same offer as you that you played against. Or I want you to know your business better than your teammate who may even be a little bit better than you, may have a little bit more juice than you, but since you know your business a little bit better, guess who gets the scholarship opportunity? You do. All right. So right now, as we speak, I would say 80 to 90% if their season is over. So the University of Colorado, Stanford, Cal Poly, UConn, UMass, schools that their season is over. Think of the Division II schools, the FCS schools where their season is over. 80 to 90% of their time, you guys, of the coaching staff's bandwidth is thinking about you, thinking about finding the next prospect, finding the next running back, finding the next quarterback, 80 to 90% of their time. So they are heavy right now. Now, just because their time is on recruiting, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily heavily recruiting your level. Okay. So some schools will prioritize recruiting high school. Some schools will prioritize recruiting prep schools, junior colleges. Some schools, you guys, will prioritize the transfer portal. The transfer portal. So we know right now that recruiting, whether they're in season or out of season, we know that recruiting is heavily prevalent. But the level that they're recruiting is going to be based on the school. It's going to be the school. Okay, you guys? So some schools are going to recruit high school more. Some schools are going to recruit the portal more. All right. Now, right now, the portal is big news. The portal is big news. You guys are seeing all over the news, all of these top guys leaving and jumping in the portal. Right here, you got Dylan Gabriel, starting quarterback from Oklahoma. Had a great year this year. Why would he want to leave? Who knows? But he's in the portal. All right. Maybe it's money. Who knows? But the portal is heavy news, you guys. And it does affect all of the levels, the top 3 levels that you see here. The portal definitely affects high school. It definitely affects prep school, and it definitely affects junior college. But you guys, if you're smart, it's not going to affect you as much as others. And then also at the end of the day, you only need one. You only need one. Okay. So the transfer portal is going to be different for as far as how it affects you, depending on the level you're going to play at in college. And also, it also depends on the schools that you're looking at. Now, as far as the transfer portal, here's the dates, you guys. Thank the Lord that they put some parameters on when these kids can jump in and jump out. But here's the dates. So it started yesterday, Monday 4th, and it's going to go until January. It obviously was big news yesterday, but it will die down. Now, what does that mean, Coach, that it's going to go till January? It means that kids can jump in. Maybe some kids that aren't expected to jump in can jump in until January. So maybe right now they're not in the portal, but after Christmas they say, you know what, coach looked at me funny and I'm going in the portal. Or maybe they're diminishing some of my NIL deals. So I'm going in the portal. Okay. Now, when a young man jumps in the portal, doesn't necessarily mean he's coming out, but he jumped in the portal. So what that does mean is that could shut down an option at one of the schools you're looking at because they decided to go the portal route, or it could mean it opens up an option for you because they decided a school that wasn't thinking they were going to lose that fourth wide receiver just lost their fourth wide receiver. So now all of a sudden they're going to look for another one. Okay, so the portal can work both ways. Now, it does affect some of the high school kids, junior college kids, and prep school kids on the front end of recruiting. I'm going to show you how it can be a benefit to you on the back end. I see a comment right here. David Walker, one of our superstars out of Nevada, checking in. What's going on, superstar? And then I see the great Skip Winter says East Coast represented right here. So we see you, Skip, and glad to join you. He's got a great defensive lineman in his house, great Grant Winter, who's also got a coach coming to check on him soon too, right? So here's the dates, you guys. These are the dates. And like I said, not all schools prioritize the portal the same. It has affected things big time, but not all schools utilize the portal the same. Here is an example of that. Now, on the left, you have BYU. BYU is going to prioritize the portal last, you guys. BYU, some of the more academic schools like a Stanford, a school like I mentioned before, a Cal Poly, maybe a Vanderbilt, they're going to prioritize the portal a little bit later, as far as they're still recruiting. Everybody's recruiting right now, but as far as who they're recruiting, portal guys won't be as prevalent. They'll get one or two. In a key spot. BYU took Keaton Slovis out of Pittsburgh, and he was a quarterback. They needed a quarterback. So they'll take one or two in specific spots on the left, but they're going to prefer to develop kids. UC Davis in California is going to prefer to develop kids. Now, on the right, you may have a school. Now, both of these schools are at the same level. They're in the same division, Big 12, but they just prioritize their recruiting different. Why are you bringing this up, Coach? Because you need to know that. You need to know your business. If I'm a high school wide receiver, and I'm in Texas. I'm bombarding TCU. I'm bombarding Baylor. But they've already got one high school kid committed, and probably the other two that they bring in, or maybe three, are going to be junior college kids. How do we know that? Because we know our business, and we checked out how their signing class ended up last year. And they brought in a bunch of transfer wide receivers. So most likely they're going to probably do the same thing this year, you guys, as opposed to me spending more time going after a school like BYU, going after a school that's going to look more at high school kids. All right. Now, once you guys, and I've shown you this slide before, but once you know what level is a good level for you to play at, then if you don't have any scholarship offers, you might want to go a level down to get your first offer. So if I've been evaluated as, a Power 5 kid, but I don't have anything, and it's the beginning of December, it does not mean that you're not really a Power 5 level kid. For whatever reason, you don't have the offer yet. All right. You don't have, if you get a sound evaluation, you guys, it doesn't matter what you have on the table today. If you get a sound I'm going to say that again. If you get a sound evaluation on your talent, your grades, and the level of college football opportunities you need to pursue, then it does not mean that you're not that just because you don't have it today. You could have it tomorrow, you could have it next week. It may take you a year. But if it's a solid film evaluation, then you should be able to do what you're seeing on the screen, where you're going to go after schools a level lower so you get your first one in your back pocket. And you're probably going to go after schools a level lower that are in a particular position. Either they are maybe just getting a new coach, where a new coach has gotten started late with recruiting. A new coach is trying to find some new blood in the program and wants to get rid of old players. Or you're going to want to have to go after a bottom dweller. We call them low-hanging fruit. So not only am I going a level lower than my evaluation, this is for an athlete that does not have any offers, and he's in December now. This is a tactic that we use for the athletes we work with at Before You Go Pro, is where we evaluate you. We say, wow, this kid is a FCS, Division I AA level athlete. He's a Division I athlete. He's at the lower level of Division I. We think he's an FCS level athlete. We're just getting him now in December, and he doesn't have anything. We will probably go after some of the mid-tier or top-tier teams at the Division II level. And if it's a coach that is a new coach, if it's a coach that maybe their season was a little tough, then they should be very happy and surprised when they see this film come in of an athlete that's really a FCS level athlete. They should be knocking on his door and calling him and telling him he's got an offer pretty soon if he's really an FCS level athlete. Okay, we've got some athletes who are FCS, probably lower level FBS level athletes, and they're getting calls now from Division II schools and from lower level FCS schools. All right. So you want to stack it. Just get your first one, baby. Get your first one, and then we can leverage that for more. Why are you bringing this up, Coach? Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up, you guys, is because we're going to talk about all layers of college football recruiting throughout the College Football Recruiting Live Show. The College Football Recruiting Live Show is going to go all the way until the end of the regular signing period, or a little bit before. We'll probably shut it down at the end of February. So the regular signing period, early signing period starts in December, regular signing period starts in February, and then it goes all the way till the end of the spring. We'll probably shut down the Recruiting Live Show at the end of February. But we're going to cover all the aspects. We're going to be bringing in guys who are getting recruited. We're going to be bringing in coaches, So we're going to cover all the aspects so you guys can get to the money, okay? But what we're talking about right now is the transfer portal and how it's affecting you guys. And it definitely is affecting. I think it's affected high school kids 40 to 50%. I think 40 to 50% of offers that would, especially at the Division I Power 5 level and the Group of 5 level, 40 to 50% of offers that would have went to high school kids in my day are going to transfer portal kids. All right. So that's why we're talking about this. But if you guys are going after the schools like BYU on the left, so I've gotten a Division I Power 5 level evaluation, maybe I check out a school like BYU because I know they're not going in the portal as prevalently. Now, also, you guys, I want to show you how the portal can affect you on the other side. On the other side of things, you guys. This is Cam Ward, quarterback at Washington State. A lot of you guys have seen him play. What are we talking about again? We're talking about knowing how the industry is working and knowing how the industry is changing. So check this out, you guys. And the reason I'm bringing this out is because you guys need to have strategy. We talk a lot about strategy. So you guys, this is a new strategy that a lot of athletes are using. So check this out. This is Cam Ward, right? He's a quarterback at Wash State, had an amazing year this year, had an amazing year last year. He's got another year of eligibility, you guys. And right now, he's in a position, he's positioned himself where he's going to get an upgrade in the school and the program he plays for. But also, you guys see the highlighted portion? He's also positioned himself where he's got multiple options as far as colleges he can go to, and he's got multi-million-dollar deals on the table. Now, he's heavily linked to Ohio State. A lot of people think he's going to end up at Ohio State from Washington State, but wherever he ends up, it sounds like he's got millions of dollars that he gets to consider. Okay, well, why is this important to you? This is important to you, you guys, because this is a dynamic of the transfer portal. A lot of you guys don't even know that Cam initially started at an FCS school. He started at Incarnate Word in Texas. So great prospect. Probably you guys a Power 5 big time prospect coming out of high school, but for whatever reason, he didn't get it coming out of high school. He's getting it now, though. He's not only getting it, but he's also getting the money to come with it. So he's not only getting the scholarship offer, but he's getting the money to come with it. And he started at an FCS school, you guys. So the reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys is because before you go pro, we're helping our athletes strategize every single step of the way. And for some of our athletes, the strategy may end up coming, hey, let's go to this school that's a little bit lower than where we really want to be, a little bit lower than where we anticipated, but it's a good spot. It's a great school, and I'm going to play right away, like Cam. And if I am who I think I am, then guess what? Somebody's going to be knocking on my door soon. Somebody's going to be knocking on my door soon. And in his case, once again, you guys, they're not just knocking on his door to give him a scholarship offer. They're knocking on his door to give him a lot of money. A lot of money, you guys. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind during your recruiting process. Hey, I'm fighting for these schools right here, but if for some reason that doesn't happen, I know I can go to this school at this level because I've already locked that in, and I know I can play well and go up because that's a real dynamic today. Okay, that wasn't around in my day. So this is knowing your business, knowing how your business works, because now I'm not down and out. If I really wanted to go to Cal, but I end up going to UC Davis. If I really wanted to go to Florida, but I end up going to Jackson State. Now I'm not really down because I know if I play well at Jackson State, I can go in the portal and go up just like Cam did, you guys. So have a strategy, have a game plan, you guys. At the end of the day, the power of one. There is so much power in one. There's so much power in one. And then there's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. And this is really one of the last things before we dial it down. But you guys have to realize how competitive this is. A lot of times we're the best one on our team. We're the best one in our area or in our conference. And we think that that's all we're competing against. Once again, you guys, here's the slide of all of the different areas that a coach can recruit from. They can recruit from high school. They can recruit from prep school. They can recruit from junior college. They can recruit from the transfer portal. If I only need 2 quarterbacks, if I only need 1 running back and I can recruit from all of these levels, then that is something very, very competitive. So just getting 1, you guys, is huge. Just getting 1 is huge in this industry. And I always like to compare industries. What you guys are doing is very competitive and it's very similar to the music industry. And sometimes some of my older players and parents know this, but some of you younger ones that have just joined Before You Go Pro or that are not currently with Before You Go Pro, you may have not heard this term before, but there's a time in a lot of our athletes' careers with Before You Go Pro, and the recruiting process is usually one of those times where we have to tell them, hey, this is the faith stage. This is the faith stage. This is where you have to believe that you're a dog. You have to believe that yours is coming, your opportunity, And you just got to keep doing what you're doing and working hard. And that's why I'm showing you guys this slide right here of these former, the one thing that all three of these people got in common, you guys, is that they didn't win American Idol, the music show, but they all ended up big anyway. Jennifer Hudson, Adam Lambert, Catherine McPhee, none of them won American Idol. None of them got the scholarship when they thought they were going to get it, or they didn't get the level of school that they thought they were going to get when they wanted it. But guess what? They got there anyway. They ended up big anyway. They got what they wanted anyway. Just like Cam, he got what he wanted and even more anyway. All right. And the reason why is because the faith stage. They had faith that they were legit. They had faith that they were that vocally talented. They had faith that they would continue to work their tail off and eventually it would be theirs. All right. So some of you guys are getting to that faith stage where you just need to have faith that yours is coming. Maybe you need support. Maybe you're not with us. You need support. All right. So that's where we're at. At the end of the day, this is where we want to get to, baby. This is where we want to get to, and that's what the College Football Recruiting Live Show is all about. But tonight I wanted to talk about the influence of the transfer portal. Sometimes we talk about our own athletes and their situations. Like I said, we're going to be bringing in some people to the show. But tonight we had to cover the portal. Excuse me. And it doesn't mean some of you guys are affected, but it doesn't mean that yours isn't coming. All right. We got to go after the right schools. And then we also got to have a strategy. So right now, you guys, before we get off tonight, I want you guys, the homework tonight is to really focus. Excuse me. Allergies bothering me. But the homework tonight, you guys, is to really focus on where your leverage is at. Really focus on where your leverage is at, because at the end of the day, you guys, college football recruiting is sales. You know, when we're trying to pitch a young man, excuse me, to a school, we're trying to sell him. We're trying to sell the school on why they need to, excuse me, give that athlete money, give that family money. All right. So it don't make this more difficult than it has to be. You guys have leverage. A lot of you guys have leverage. You just need to think about where your leverage is. Excuse me. Your leverage could be the fact that your coach played at a particular college. Your leverage could be a fact that your teammate is going to a school. We have recruits, we have prospects that are with Before You Go Pro that have teammates going to a college. Well, we can ask our teammate, man, who's recruiting you, and reach out. Your leverage may be the fact that this school is right in your backyard. Leverage could be anything, you guys. That's why I want you to think creatively. Leverage could be the fact that this school is right in my backyard and I can get on campus at this school. So let me paint a scenario for you. Now, if you guys have any comments, any questions, any concerns about your recruiting experience, the recruiting process, anything, you guys, now's the time to put it in the comment section. So feel free, put it in the comment section. Would love to answer any questions that you guys have. You see over here, you see that book behind me, the Before You Go Pro book? That is a very important book for many of you guys right now. It literally goes through the college football recruiting process. It talks about my journey, but it speaks to you specifically as the reader on things that you'll see during the recruiting process and the way you need to move during the recruiting process. All right. We also have the audiobook version. So if you want the audiobook, you can have that for free. Okay. Just reach out to us. You can reach out to me, Terrence, TERRENCE at beforeyougopro.com. You can reach out to us at beforeyougopro on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Obviously, you can comment here. But if you want the audiobook version of that, and I'm actually narrating it, that goes through the whole recruiting process. And it even talks about subliminal small things that people might not pick up on. But at the end of the day, you guys, this is sales. This is sales. All right. Even when you're looking for your prom date, that's sales. You got to sell yourself on why somebody should go to the prom with you. All right. And this is no different. For you to get to the bag, you got to be smart. For you to get to the scholarship offer, you have to be timely, and then you have to know where your leverage is, your leverage. So leverage could be, like I said, just as simple as, hey, this school is in my backyard. Um, I don't have any offers yet. I don't know why they haven't offered me because they're right in my backyard, but they offered my teammate. Or maybe I'm gonna go get on campus. I'm gonna just drive over there, get on campus. Once they meet me, then that helps push things forward. That's leverage. My leverage may be that I've got amazing grades. I'm a 4.0 student. So I'm going to go after these highly, highly academic schools, these Ivy League schools, where I know I'm not dealing with defensive backs that are way more talented than me. I'm pretty talented athletically, but I'm not as talented as these kids who are trying to go play at Texas, but I've got better grades than them. And I know that my talent is maybe better than some of the kids that Columbia is recruiting or Dartmouth is recruiting. So there's my leverage. Okay, so where is your leverage? Your leverage may be that you're with us, that you're with Before You Go Pro, that you don't know anybody in the industry, that you don't know how this works, but now I've teamed up with Before You Go Pro. I'm a part of their family, and now I have leverage because they've got a ton of relationships and kids playing places. Or maybe, my coach is very good at recruiting. Or maybe my dad played. My dad might have played at West Virginia. We were working with an athlete this year. His dad played at West Virginia, so he had leverage at West Virginia. All right. So where is your leverage? That's the homework for tonight. We come in here every single Tuesday. So join us because we're going to give you more information next week to get you closer. All right. But film evaluation is critical. And then I really want you guys thinking tonight, where is my leverage? I've got leverage with this school because they're in my backyard and they didn't win a game this year. So there's got to be some leverage there. I've got leverage with this school because my parents both graduated from there. I've got leverage with this school because Coach Wood played there. Where is your leverage? All right. I got leverage with this school because they're in my backyard and all of their quarterbacks just went in the transfer portal. So where's your leverage? I really want you guys to think about that tonight. And if you really want to take it to the next step, you can text me. If you know me, you're with us, or you can email us or hit us up on social media and saying, Coach, hey, I think that this is leverage for me. What do you think? I think I have leverage at these three schools for these three reasons. All right. So really tonight, think about where your leverage is. If you are an athlete that feels like you do need extra support, you're a 2024 athlete, you want to play at the next level, then please check us out at beforeyougopro.com. Do not forget the faith stage, you guys. Do not forget the faith stage. At a point in time, at a very specific point in time, that's what I was saying to Elijah Cooks. When he was at Atascadero High, the school on the far left, before Nevada Reno offered him, before he transferred to San Jose State and blew up, before he got picked up by the Jaguars, there was a point in time in Elijah Cook's career where I was saying, man, you better have some faith. I'm telling you that you're a dog and you need to believe it, but you need to have faith in you. You need to see past the fact that there's no offer on your table right now, or see past the fact that the offer that you want isn't on the table right now. Elijah, you better see past this. And he was able to. We only got one offer. Guess what? That's all it took. He did great at Nevada, parlayed that into a better opportunity at San Jose State because his old coordinator was leaving and wanted to bring him with him. Balled out at San Jose State. Right now, as we speak, he's with the Jacksonville Jaguars. At one point in time, I was telling him, Elijah, you're in the faith stage. All right. And then he ended up football version of these people right here, where he got where he needed to go anyway. Jennifer Hudson, Adam Lambert, Catherine McPhee, they got where they needed to go anyway, even though they didn't win American Idol. All right. So you guys are going to get where you need to go, which is signing day. But where's your leverage? Where's your leverage? So if you want to join before you go pro, or maybe you know a family member, a friend that needs to be a part of our program, a teammate, please share this information. Have them go to beforeyougopro.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then they can find out more information about our program. We've got a database of amazing players, pre-vetted, uncommitted talent. I think it's the best database in the country right now, and you have to be evaluated to be on it, but it goes to all of the college recruiting connections that we have, and our kids are starting to get interest and offers. Also, like Coach Foss said, make sure you subscribe and like, please. We put in a lot of time and effort to give you guys this information. So if you guys could just like, subscribe, and share, it would be tremendous, you guys. So unless anybody has any comments, any questions, concerns, that is it for tonight's Recruiting Live Show. Once again, I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. You guys make sure you subscribe so you get the notifications for our next live show. And then also we have a show called The Locker Room Show on Thursday, where we bring in guests from the industry that talk football, that talk tips, that talk about their journey. So you guys are fully gamed up, you guys. But hey, greatest time ever to be a student athlete if you know what you're doing. And believe me, you guys, getting to a scholarship isn't all about talent. Getting to a preferred walk-on opportunity isn't all about talent. Talent's got something to do with it, but a lot of it is about positioning, it's about timing, and it's about who you know. Positioning, timing, who you know, okay? And when I say who you know, talking leverage, all right? Talking leverage. So you guys keep that in mind. Unless anybody has any questions tonight, we will be officially signing off. I see some new people coming on. If you did not get the beginning of this show, run it back, because for some of you guys, the information on the Recruiting Live shows that we do every single Tuesday can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. In Cam's case, he's making millions now because of NIL. All right. So you guys should know all about the timelines. You should know all about what you need to have in place. Core course GPA. You guys should know about that. There's college coaches that are on the road right now. So some of you guys may have coaches coming to your school, may have coaches calling you, may have coaches coming to your home. Know what they're going to ask you, baby. Know what's on the test. All right. Because if you know what's on the test, then they're going to want you. They're going to want you. So, all right, you guys, that is it for tonight. Unless anybody has any comments, questions, concerns, we are going to sign off. Please feel free to run this back. Please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. We will be getting out of here in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys have a magnificent evening. Love you. See you at the top.